Hello, my name is Master Pete Thibado, and these are the requirements for the 4th gut blue belt, testing for 3rd gut red stripe. Pattern Jungun is at this level, and Jungun is named after An Jungun. He is famous for having assassinated Hirobumi Ito, the first Governor General of Korea that was appointed by the Japanese government to rule Korea. So that's why he's a hero of the Korean people, because he is a Korean gentleman who assassinated that person. Korea was a slave state for Japan before World War II. So as you see through the histories of each of the patterns, General Che chose these specific people throughout Korean history, which represented their strength and their determination to become a free country again, and also to be reunited as one country. So Jungun has many new moves at this level. So we'll start off with explaining a few of those. New moves for pattern Jungun. First of all, the ready stance, close ready stance type B. Again, fingertips on the foreknuckle, thumb rested on the thumb, wrist straight, and the level is umbilicus level, or so that the forearms are level. Close ready stance, type B. The next new move will be side block with the reverse knife hand. So to form a reverse knife hand, reach with your thumb towards the little finger, making your hand in a C shape, like this. Holding the tool at 45 degrees, so that the blocking tool, this bone of the first finger in your palm, can be the blocking tool. It's not a thumb ridge, not blocking with the thumb, but with the reverse knife hand. Side block, reverse knife hand. The next new move is palm upward block. It's done in a rear foot stance, and the palm up comes in an upward motion. The intention is to off-balance your opponent. So, as you step forward into rear foot stance, both hands should be involved. That non-blocking hand comes to the belt at the moment of the block, and the hand stays in front of the body. Don't circle around behind. Stay in front of the body and make a small U shape with the hand. Popping the hand upward at the end, this way, palm upward block. Rear foot stance, back foot 15 degrees, front foot turn in 25 degrees. Just move the knee in slightly. Palm upward block. Good. The next new move is twin vertical punch. Twin vertical punch, the vertical represents indicates that the fist or the knuckles are in a vertical line at the moment of impact. Twin means both hands. Twin vertical punch, this way. The elbow is slightly bent. Upset punch, twin upset punch. Both fists are in upset position. The hands come in a circle. Just before they come forward, they're at the hip with the palms facing down, and they rotate inward. So the upset punch is for close range. Vertical punch, mid-range. Full extension or a full punch, the fist is rotated all the way over. Vertical punch, upset punch. Each of these techniques is for an opponent that is a different distance away. Twin vertical punch, twin upset punch. Okay, the next new move will be rising block with an X fist. So the hands coming from the side this way, rotating mainly from the shoulder. Coming straight up, you should be able to see under the cross of your arms. The forearms are crossed this way, rising up and crossing at the time of the block. Don't bring them together and then rise. This way. Rising block, X fist. Good. Next, palm pressing block. This move The primary block is the low block. Secondarily, you might be blocking upward with the opposite hand. Keep your body full facing throughout the block. As I begin the block, my pressing block hand rises, comes up here. The rising block starts at the bottom. Slow motion, I want to move that foot out as I press. Finish with this block level with the ground. Here in the chest line, palm is coming up. The pressing, the other hand, is coming down this way. The wrist stays straight, the elbow is bent, and right at the end it turns out a bit. Your opponent is at the side front, this way. Regular speed would look like this. Slow motion, keep the supporting leg knee bent until the very end. So you can move that foot out as gracefully as possible, finishing the block here. Remain full facing through the whole thing. Common mistake, I see people turning their shoulders and hips. Don't do that. Stay full facing. All right, the last new move in this pattern is called U-shaped block. U-shaped block looks like this. This is the U shape. The top hand is eye level. The bottom hand is level with the ground wherever your elbow comes to your hip. This way. The application is someone attacking with a staff or a stick, and I want to catch it right when the stick is vertical. My hands at my center line this way with my palms up. I move them back slightly behind my center line and then move them into the block as I step. Hands and feet together, hands and hips in the same direction. U-shaped block. And this is pattern Jingun. Jingun. One more move to explain the release from the back fist at the top of the pattern. After the back fist, it's as if someone has grabbed your hand. So to release, you move your foot directly out to a walking stance and drop your back hand straight to the ground. And then it's a fast motion high punch. So the series looks like this. Back fist, release in the high punch in fast motion. Good luck. Thank you. Blue belt level kicking. This level we have vertical kick, foot sword, vertical kick, reverse foot sword, reverse turning kick, sweeping kicks, 180 back piercing kick, and triple kicking, triple or 3 consecutive kicks. So we'll begin with the vertical kick. Vertical kick means that my foot sword is in a vertical line. That's the reason for the name of the kick. The kick comes in a triangle shape. So I begin by picking up my knee. I load to the opposite side and I kick to the target and retract. This triangle shape should instigate your hips to move into the kick. So I come here, this way you can see that triangular shape. As I'm attacking with the kick, my hips must turn in the direction of the kick. And I want to attack from the center line of my body to the shoulder line. So I come from here. What I mean by that is, without my hips turning, my kick would only be moving this much. I don't want to kick way outside my hips. I don't want to stay too much inside. I just want to attack where the muscles are the strongest and then rotate my hips to get the power in the kick. Reverse foot sword vertical kick. Same angle, just from the opposite side. So this time I'm attacking from my shoulder line to my center line. This way. The foot sword is vertical. The reverse foot sword is this part of the foot. Toes are pulled back, foot pulled back tight. Attacking to the center of the body. Reverse turning kick is done at a side rear opponent, much like reverse hook kick. The attack is done with a straight leg. We liken it to a baseball bat. As you wind up the body, the leg locks and stays straight. Has to rise before it comes into the target. The target is at my side rear. So this is where the maximum speed of the kick is, but the kick will follow through. Reverse turning kick. Again, the opponent is at my side rear. If I'm in a parallel stance, that means here or here. And the tool is the back heel. Reverse turning kick. Okay, good. 180 back kick is jumping back, just like a standing back kick, except you're going to jump in the air. Trying to tuck, kicking, and tucking at the same time. Bring that opposite leg up underneath. 180 back piercing kick. Good, and flying crescent kick at this level. Crescent kick, as we talked about before, with a flying crescent, could be to the front. Crescent kick with a double motion. Flying crescent kick, or flying 360 crescent. This way. Sweeping kicks. Let's have my assistant, Joe, come forward for these sweeping kicks. A couple of things to explain. Right leg back, Elkins, please. When I'm sweeping my opponent, I want to sweep to the angle of least resistance. So I'm going to come behind his foot. I have to turn my hips and shoulders in the direction that I want to sweep. This way. I don't want to try to reach out here and push him like this. Move your hips and shoulders inside and sweep underneath this way. Can be done inside, but it's much more dangerous, of course. The best way to use a sweeping kick is to sweep the back leg. Sometimes, since we have a mat, sometimes when we're free sparring, we allow sweeps for people to work on. It's very difficult to get inside to sweep. But if he's doing a turning kick with his rear leg, and I step inside this way, this is the place where I want to sweep. Dangerous to step inside, but that's where it's most effective. So be careful with the hook kicks. Keep it boot to boot. That means my foot to his foot. Don't go too high. You can injure somebody's knee. Right? In self-defense, maybe, but in class, be sure that you keep it low and on the foot, and also to the place of least resistance. That means away from the other foot. If I try to sweep him towards his foot, too much friction, it's not going to be effective. All right, triple kicking. Just have you put your hands behind you like this, be a target for me. As I'm doing a triple kick, I want to do low, high, middle, belt level, eye level, and shoulder level. Right? That's for my eye level, shoulder level, and belt level. But just as an example, with him standing here, please keep your kicks above the belt. Triple kicking, I see too much kicking below the belt. And try to be accurate at the level that you're kicking. 3 consecutive kicks will be different kicks but the same leg. So in this case, front kick, turn kick, hook kick. Something like that. Make them up. Try different combinations and consecutive kicks at this level. Work on them in your step sparring. Ask your instructor lots of questions so that you can learn the application of all these new moves. Thank you very much. Blue belt level step sparring is 1-step sparring. So as you notice, each color has its own step sparring. White and yellow belt is 3-step. Green belt, 2-step sparring. Blue belt now, 1-step sparring. Even though we may use 1-step at any rank from white belt all the way through, just as an exercise to practice the application for new moves. Please do that with your students, or ask your instructor, how can I use 1-steps to work this move out to understand it. So basic 1-step sparring at this level means 1 attack and 1 counterattack. The single counterattack at this level should be from the blue belt level kicking, and the attacks should be something from Jungun or something from the blue belt level. Please use the step sparring at the level to develop the skills at the level. So I ask my students to demonstrate 1-step sparring. Okay, begin.
Yep, yep. Yep, yep.
Okay, thank you. Okay, very good. 1-step sparring, as you can see, she's using reverse knife hand from Jungun. I asked her to do U-shaped punch rather than U-shaped block. U-shaped punch as a counterattack. And also pressing block. If you want to use pressing block regular speed, do it like this, where she turned the angle to do that block. So your opponent is at the side front. So if you're not sure how to apply some of the new moves in your pattern, good time to ask your instructor. He'll be impressed if you come with some good questions. Keep training and good luck. Thank you. Blue belt level, Hosen Sul. Self-defense at this level is against hair grabs, a bear hug, scissor takedowns. So first, the hair grab. Someone grabs your hair from the front. Biggest worry is going to pull my hair out. So I'm going to cover that, make sure that he can't pull my hair out. And then I'm just going to dive for the ground. I'm going to cover his wrist. My knife hand is at his wrist, and I dive for the ground. And if he doesn't go with me, his wrist will break. Pretty simple. Hair grab from the rear. I want to check and see which side his thumb is on. When I grab and cover so that he can't pull my hair out, I sense that his thumb is on this side. So I'm going to dip my head and turn around. Then I'm going to stand up and do a wrist lock. You see, that will release the hand. Very effective. Next, the bear hug. From the rear, someone is grabbing me from behind. The release is to drop straight out as I raise my elbows. This way. After that, we follow up with a rear elbow strike and maybe a throw. But just the release from the bear hug is what we're looking for this time. From the front, if someone grabs me in the bear hug, it's just too many. It's a target-rich environment. I do all kinds of things to get them free. Hitting to the groin, attacking the floating ribs with the middle knuckle fist. You could also drop straight out and counterattack. Too many easy ways. It's a foolish way for somebody to grab you, but if it were to happen, that could work. All right, and next we have a flying scissor takedown. First through the standing motion, standing scissor takedown, and then we'll let the young men show a flying scissor takedown. we'll use a mat here. So if he is standing in this position, I want to put my right leg on the front of his body and my left leg behind his knee. At the same time, jumping in the air with a scissor motion with my legs this way. I'm going to grab onto his shoulder and jump on his body this way. Scissor takedown. Here's another option. You can step back. This time to the front of the body. Go ahead. All right. That was the same as mine. Let's go up again. One more time. This time he's going to do a turning kick with his left foot to the front of the body, and his right leg will go to the heel this way. One more time. Go. Flying scissor takedown. All right, good luck with the training. Thank you. I'm Master Thibado, and I'm a 7th degree black belt. I've been training in Taekwondo since 1975. I'll be promoted sometime this year to 8th degree black belt. I was thinking about dropping some weight. I was about 205. I was 180, 15 years ago. Well, actually 20 years ago. And I was fighting full contact at about 178. My wife and I both did the reset. I went from 205 down to like 185. My wife lost about 12 pounds. Other black belt lost like 30 pounds. It's amazing. That's first of the year. Today is April 2nd. In the preparation for that test, and I had been working out really hard, and a couple times a week when I go home I'd have severe muscle cramps. Our friend recommended that I try a handful of the health pack. So that week that I tried the health pack, I didn't have any muscle cramps. It was great. Damn, those supplements worked. I'm hooked. Ever since I've been on them, the muscle cramps went away. The difference that I've noticed in taking the health pack twice a day is the clarity of my mind, the endurance, the level of tiredness at the end of the day. My flexibility is better. I'm with kids most of the day. A lot of them are sick all the time. I never get sick.